5 must-see anime series with giant robots. When one thinks of Japanese animation, odds are one of the first things that springs to mind are images of giant robots destroying cities and fighting each other. While that's hardly the summation of the entire anime genre, there certainly are a variety of anime series and movies that do contain just that. Here are our top 19 anime series and movies that contain robots doing what we love best. The Big O. Before Keiichi Sato and Kazuyoshi Katayama paired up to create Tiger and Bunny, they created another series that showed off their love of Marvel, DC-type superhero comics, The Big Zero. The Big O features a Bruce Wayne-like protagonist, complete with stoic butler, who uses a giant robot to keep the peace in Paradigm City, and to also try and solve the mystery of why everyone in the city lost their memories decades ago. The show originally, and inexplicably, did poorly in Japan, but gained a strong enough fan following overseas to allow a second season to be commissioned. Chief series writer Kiyaki J. Konaka also worked on the moody, cyberpunkish serial experiments Lane, Armitage 3, Textile Eyes, and Giant Robo. Broken Blade. A mecha series with a brilliant concept, Broken Blade is set in a world akin more to a sword and sorcery fantasy setting, where the mecha in question are powered by the local equivalent of magic. Someone unearths a real mecha from a previous era, that is to say, ours, and all hell breaks loose. The series doesn't just rest on its conceptual laurels, it's also fueled by solid writing and a fast-moving storyline. Eureka 7. Renton's first schoolboy crush isn't the girl in the seat next to him in class, it's the girl who crashes a giant robot through the ceiling of his house. She's part of a renegade crew of pilots whom he's idolized for years, but joining up with them, and piloting the giant sky-surfing robot that's one of their key pieces of gear, becomes more adventure than he's prepared to handle. The Eureka 7 anime series features mecha designs by none other than Macross character designer Shoji Kawamari, and works as a reminder that even a mecha show is only as good as its characters. Giant Robo. This spectacular 1990s OVA project, Giant Robo, starts as a wide-gauge clash between forces of good and evil across the globe, and then mutates into something even deeper and better, an action epic with a heart and a soul. The anime series was adapted from Mitsuru Yokoyama's manga, Tetsujin 28, Sally the Witch, by Gundam creator, Yasuhiro Imagawa. It's crammed with references from across Yokoyama's career, including characters from his adaptations of the Chinese classics Romance of the Three Kingdoms and The Water Margin. It also has more than a few passing nods to another live-action Japanese series, Johnny Sokko and His Flying Robot. Sadly, the Giant Robo remains unfinished. Voltron, Defender of the Universe. Every child of the 1980s remembers Voltron, the anime series about 5 lion-shaped robots that combined into one giant robot to fight evil. Originally called Go Lion, in Japan, this anime series was actually more successful in its English-language incarnation than it was in its original Japanese version. So much so that extra episodes were commissioned for English-speaking markets even after the Voltron anime was cancelled in Japan.